the peaks to the seas, exploring with ease. Mapping the future's bright, our bond ignites the night. Collaborate, innovate, together we elevate. Liquid Galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive. In the heart of the tech beehive. Liquid Galaxy, we see an old technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive in the heart of the tech beehive. Liquid Galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive in the heart of the tech beehive. Tech beehive. In the heart of the tech beehive. In the heart of the tech beehive. To a world you can see through panoramic screens, living in the grand spatial dream. Visualize just what we mean. Innovation shaping our fate. Together we celebrate. From data to display, community lights the way. Liquid Galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive in the heart of the tech beehive. To the world where we glide, from the peaks to the seas, exploring with ease. Mapping the future's bright, our bond ignites the night. Collaborate, innovate, together we elevate. Liquid Galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive in the heart of the tech beehive. Liquid Galaxy, we see an old technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive in the heart of the tech beehive. Liquid Galaxy, we see it all. Technological marvel standing tall. Liquid Galaxy, together we thrive in the heart of the tech beehive. Tech beehive. In the heart of the tech beehive. In the heart of the tech beehive.
Again, Josh, are you hearing?
Yeah.
Listen to me.
We can hear you.
Sorry, guys. Thank you for coming. As you remember, today is a different day. Could you please cambiar las cámaras? Ir cambiando las cámaras. Dame el tablet ese. As you can see, today we are here live in the Lleida Liquid Galaxy laboratory. So we have a setup with 3 different cameras and a computer, and then we have here our Lleida Liquid Galaxy, the big one. ¿Puedes mover eso, por favor? You will listen to me sending instructions in Catalan or Spanish here for the local guys. You're not seeing them, but there are 5 more persons with me on the room. And we are going to start with the slides. So Josh, the slides are right on screen?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, good. Vedan, hello. What time is here in India?
Hello everyone, it's 3:35 p.m. afternoon.
3:35 p.m. Okay, good.
Yes.
So, que tanto nos pinchando, pero mientras yo hable, me pinchas a mí y alguna vez pinchas allá. Y tú de talenta no vayugas, ¿vale? Tú no tienes que hacer nada. Te quedas ahí tranquilo. Tú simplemente chequeando que salga el sonido. A mí me está llegando por aquí, pero tú lo estás checando por allí. Vale, a lo mejor tenemos suerte y nos funciona todo. ¿Sí? Okay, guys. So let's gonna go for the today's presentation. As you know, we are almost ending the time for the proposals presentation, and you have to have your proposals ready as soon as possible because GSoC platform will close in 6 days, if I don't remember bad. So 6 days only for your proposals. Today we are going to review plenty of comments with the proposals already presented and some other issues. Exactamente, tanto pichas aquello, pero aquello anecdóticamente. ¿Vale? Ahora voy a hablar yo. So please, still there are contributors that do not have this clear. And it's so clear, it's been clear since months ago. You have to have both the same version in Google Docs, open for commons and share for anyone, and in the Google platform. If you don't have your PDF on the Google platform, you will not be able to be fully reviewed, and Google never will accept you. So please, you have to have both documents. Still, there are people sending us Google Docs or PDF at the Google platform. They have to be both. If we don't have your Google Docs, we cannot review. And if you are not on the Google platform, you will never be selected. I cannot be more clear on this. So please make it well. How the review things works. So you upload the document on both platforms, Google Docs and GSoC. As I start to review, sending comments, I would say maybe half of you already have comments on your proposals and are starting to have conversation with the mentors. Conversations only by comments or maybe emails, not meets. Meets will be after the GSoC closes, platform closes in April 8. We'll start the personal interviews. And the question is, are everybody to be reviewed and contacted? Sadly, no. And why? Because we have to select only the best proposal. Google says this to us. We only can select the best proposal. So some of you are sending not good proposals. Some of you still have sent only one page saying, I'm going to do that, but you're not presenting a proposal. So we cannot select you if you have sent this. We can only select, because it's a law from Google Law, it's among the best proposals. Your proposal has to have all the things we require, 5 pages, 15 pages of mockups. It has to have a nice user interface, good usability, and very nice KML presentations. If not, you will not get a review, not an interview. And the question also that is happening all day long is, can I ping us? You can ping us for speeding my review? No, because we have many, I would say hundreds and hundreds of emails and Google Docs. We have to treat everybody, every contributor in the same way. So, gírame la pantalla más. So we cannot, if you ask us to make a review, we will not do that because we have to treat everyone in the same way. So we try to do this. Please help us on doing this. So at some point, even if you are so insistent on this, we can send you to the end of the queue and you will have problems. So what else? Remember, questions will be at the end of the presentation. Camera, Amy? What else? So here, maybe, Josh, this is up to you.
Yeah, I would definitely say that create nice logos and always check with there are multiple apps to see if your logo is great. One of them is Logo Lab. It tests your app in black and white screens. It sees that if your app is installed onto a phone screen in a mock-up, then how does it look? How does it look in 16 by 16 pixel, which is the minimum size that it should be visible on. So try to create nice logos and create subtle effects. So I would give you an example without naming the contributor. We had a logo that had too much detail, so it was like uh, good. It was good for bigger sizes and it was good in bigger resolutions, but we had to compromise on the fact that we cannot give that much kind of resolution onto a very small scale when we are making a logo. So it should just carry the aesthetic. So if you see this logo, it is now nice. It can be more nice if we see that the maybe the smiley will disappear if we are seeing in 16 by 16 pixel. Maybe it would happen. So we will have to test everything and make the correct logos based on various factors. There is like this whole thing about iconography. It is a huge thing in itself in design. And I would say so that you look at Apple's logo, it is so convenient. It doesn't try to convey a lot about technology. It is just an Apple logo, but it has made its own mark. So just try to simply create logos that can, I would say, create your brand value. They could offer credibility. It just has to be, I would say, aesthetic in a sense, and also it should be visible in dark and light backgrounds. You may see that how Apple does it is if you are in a light background, they have the gray version or a slightly black version that they show in their newer Macs. If you saw the older Macs, they used to have that LED light on the back screen that used to shine on that white logo which they used to show. So yeah, I would say that definitely care about logos and definitely look into that as much as you can. I know that time is running so fast that you may not have too much time for even the smallest things, but do remember that once your logo is finalized, it will get published. You cannot change it. That's the thing. We had multiple people in the past, multiple contributors who did that and they wanted to change the logo and they created amazing logos. But due to some policies, we could not change it because we had
Okay,
already
let's
published
let's
it and
let's
it
go straight
was,
for the following
yeah.
question. I like your phrase, your last phrase. Also remember, we don't hide AI. Okay, we don't hide AI. What we hate a little bit is that you simply use uh, that kind of AI tools to make
Yeah.
your graphical creations. This is not good. And also remember, we have some other people like I cannot show you this guy, but here we have a designer that is starting to make the logos. And here are still the logos from last year and the student contributors from last year. I hope some of you will be there, your logos and your faces soon. So next slide. Uh,
Yeah.
this is the thing. Um, AI in general is also not welcome here, at least not in this way. I am totally funny with this email some of you send me. Hello, sir. I would like to bring your notice that my proposal is entirely written by me, but enhanced by AI. This is very bad, man. Very bad, very bad, very bad. We notice when a proposal is made in AI, but this time you haven't said it. So you write it and then it's enhanced by AI. Very bad. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. We notice. Sound on a Liquid Galaxy rig. There is nothing here, but I will explain it. So how the sound things works on the Liquid Galaxy. We have, in that case here in the Lleida lab, we have this large speak, speaker. I think you see it. Okay, this one is a very large Huawei Bluetooth speaker. And this is connected to the, in this moment, to the tablet. But remember, this year we are going to go for the smartphones. Tens aquí el Doji? Tens aquí el Doji? O està allà baix? On està? El telèfon de programació? Portámelo, el teléfono. So remember, this year we are gonna develop for phones, smartphones, not tablets. So our colleague Alejandro was showing one of the old tablets. We also have here many. If I start to show you tablets, it will be something like a never-ending story. We have like a dozen tablets, different ones, and this year we are going to use that kind of smartphones. We have a very nice, ¿escuchame este? Ahí está. Ese. We have this very nice Doji large battery and also against falls. This will be one of the smartphones we will use to your application. So in that case, your application, Flutter Web, has to be connected by Bluetooth. The phone will be connected to the speaker, and then sound here. AI voices or other kind of or some you will do. Next, performance.
Yeah.
I think this is
Can
yours.
I go with this? Yeah. I do want to say that one of you wannabe contributors talked about how do we make an app when it is like 800, 900 MBs. Well, that was not supposed to happen. You do not have to create apps that are that big. You will always have to optimize data. And that could be that if you're getting too many JSON or too many CSV points, then you will have to maybe optimize it, see that if it is under a certain threshold and the distance is too small, you can maybe omit some of the points so that at the end, when you are generating a dynamic polygon, it is having less number of points, lesser accuracy, but you are dealing with performance, so you will have a higher performance. And we publish our app from this year onto the Liquid Galaxy that we have our own Go store, and we have a limit that we cannot publish if your app is more than 100 MB. Because otherwise it will go to that GitHub's other storage, which is for the higher ends. And that actually would be costing us after a certain threshold. And we would want to keep it open source and free. With that said, we already had apps like the La Palma was, 66.4 MB, something like that. It still has a lot of KML. All the data that is on it is about KML. So I would say that you can optimize your code and images and KML in such a way. We already did this. We already did WebP and all that. You know the formats, you know how SVG is much more better and that. So yeah, I would say don't exceed your KML more than 5 MBs. Try to keep it concise. When you're making your own 3D models, try to have it as a low poly figure. You may have seen low poly figures only have like 3K to 30K points, but they are only under 5 MB, 4 MB, something like that. So make it very performant and make your polygons dynamic so you can just see how many data points do you need. On the web, maybe you can, because we on the web, we will just have a link on the Go Web Store. Maybe you can have more size, but then you will have lesser performance on the Liquid Galaxy rig. So that is again a big no. So yeah, do care about this fact. Yeah, we can go to the next slide.
One second.
Yeah.
So this works. No, it's not going to work. We have a lot of machines today for doing this, and design is yours.
Yeah, I do want to talk about design because I have seen that many wannabe contributors are struggling to use Figma, and I do not know why, because we already had done so many presentations. I would want that you would have upskilled by now, and if you don't, then I would want you to just take a look at some of the crash courses. Try to make it a point that you make component build or component driven designs. First, see that what packages are going to be used, what libraries you are going to use, and how technically it is feasible, and try to create that design back. So kind of you are designing, but it is like a reverse designing where you already know how technically it looks like, and you're trying to design that, and you're trying to theme that basically. So it stays in your theme, stays in your app logo, color themes, whatever you have taken, and it also is technically feasible. And we do look at that, because at this stage, if we saw something that is actually not possible to do in the LJ rig, but it looks so nice, then it is not useful, right? Because at the later stage, we know that you would not be able to deliver that. So each of the designs that you're making, try to build from the very smallest token, try to see how some design systems and the components are built, and then just reuse those tokens over and over again. If you have some accent color, which could be, let's say you have a blue color, do not make it a point that it is entirely on all of the layout. Your app should be more or less black and white, and use some accent colors wherever it is needed. You may have seen how Google Docs is entirely black and white, but there is a tinge of blue wherever it is needed to show that there is some action involved. So you have to convey emotions with the designs, and you have to use colors in that way. So yeah, just make sure of that. I do say that there's a bunch of more things that are written here, but that is the actual essence, and I would want you to communicate with your designs. Yeah, we can go to the next slide.
Yes?
I think it didn't go to the next slide. Yeah, now it did.
Sure.
So this is what I mean by component-based design. This is just a very recent design that I made. I start with the low fidelity mockups. I start with the pencil drawing first. So I just take a piece of paper and I just try to draw whatever comes to my mind. I try to reiterate that. I have if I cannot show you, but I have a bunch of paper lying there around. It is just the designs that I have thrown off because I didn't like them. So yeah, I try to start with a piece of paper and pen, and then ultimately there is a point when I see that, yeah, I can go to the low poly, and there is a particular software called Balsamic, but that was not free. So Figma has something called Figma Mimic or something like that, which is a clone of Balsamic, but it is a kind of a plugin that Figma already has, and it is free. So you can use that and you can create your components and then go to the high fidelity components where you create all the variants. Something like how would your primary button would look like? How would a danger variant that is making a deletion or something that is disconnecting, how would that look like? Or maybe a shutdown option. Or how would your bottom navigation bar would look like? If you're making for a phone, a bottom navigation is much easier to your thumb. So why wouldn't you design that? And how you can just have in very small pixels all your text that is under the each of the icons, so you can just convey what each of the icons mean in case the user is not able to understand. Or if you are hovering over or if you're clicking on any of the icon, what would that look like? So just create all your variants, as many as come to your mind. Don't repeat, don't just create a button with different bunch of text again and again. That is something that was happening and I wouldn't want it. And just try to see that what would happen if I click on this button, what would happen if I try to go to that screen. Just try to prototype it in your mind. Figma also have prototype, but I don't think that you will have the time or the bandwidth now to do that. So yeah, definitely focus on design. And then you can see the final implementation just has black and white in the screen. And it uses some kind of purple shades. There are two kind of purple shade, a primary and a secondary maybe. So accent colors are used just to convey emotion. Something like this was hovered, so it has an accent color. You can take a look at how Glitch is made. Glitch uses a UI which is a flat design. It uses black and white all over. Or even if you take a look at Google Sheet or Google Notes or Google Docs, there are many such applications that they have built entirely out of black and white, but they use a tinge of green, yellow, blue, whichever of the four Google colors that they want. So yeah, that's my point or the key takeaway from Figma. Do take a look at this and do be very genuine about it, that what you're drawing is actually feasible. So yeah, we can go to the next slide. Oh, wonderful. So this is the whole web thing, because I am seeing a lot of React engineers who are very passionate about using React. And I know that I am passionate too. We will have actions and React 19 would be coming up, and a lot of things that would, maybe you will have your use memo and everything automatically done inside it. And I mean, in my full-time roles also, I'm using React or Next.js simultaneously. I know that eventually maybe Next.js would take over, but why not? Why worry about it? Because in next year, you may have some developers who want to use Next and they are seeing some app that is not using that particular, and frameworks, they come and go. You never know which framework would be available till what period of time. There might be that Svelte is taking over and it is like, I think it was bought by Vercel. So it could be that that was the next big thing, and you can see some trends about Lit and other frameworks. So there is a thing that frameworks do carry some errors and they do need manual updates where the next gen of developers cannot work on the previous things. But HTML, CSS, and JS, they are fully reverse compatible. They just stay as they are because they are made with the, I would say, the whole team of Google, Apple, Microsoft. They are communicating over the web consortium on W3C. You can see all the APIs and how the whole process is built. So once it's there, it's there. And this is where I would want you to make your core thing on web components, which is like, you can use reusable components. Just make a button once, you can just use your button elements anywhere, just like you have in any of the frameworks. You have an attribute change callback, which will be dynamically able to handle or make any kind of updates. You can have your routing and your view transitions that can make even a multi-place layout have some animation between the screens. And it could be even much better or much smoother because it is on your core native performances. Once you are on a framework, you try to build something and then you spend time on optimizing it. But when you are on your core basics, it will always already be optimized because it does not use any overloads or any kind of bloatwares that you wouldn't want, that you might install by using your npm packages. So this is somewhere I want you to take a key takeaway, that everything that is possible by framework as of 2025 is possible by vanilla code as well. And web components are fundamentally available frameworkless, meaning that if you use a web component any of the frameworks, because it follows the standard, it will just work. Any of the developers in future generations, whichever Liquid Galaxy application they would be seeing in the longer term, they would be able to use the code in any of the frameworks that they want, which is why this year we would want you to use vanilla. And I hope that this is the core establishment. This is clear for you, that what we see for the longer picture, and not just that what are you comfortable with, but what would be the best thing or the best optimal choice here. And also a Google researcher said that and I think that I really believe in that, that use the very simplest tool that is possible to get the job done. And this is where you will have to get it done using your vanilla code. It will be more optimized. You will have at least 10x less bundle sizes, and you would really enjoy it at the end of the day. So yeah, that's all about the web. I hope that it is clear. We can go to the next slide. Yeah, QR code. So I am seeing that many of you are just making a kind of a button that says scan QR code, but also you will have to represent a screen that is actually showcasing you what the QR code scanning logic would look like. It should have a back button, because many times the user might see a point that he cannot scan the QR code and doesn't know how to go back, and maybe he might close the app, or he may be confused. He may use the app's own back navigation, but sometimes he doesn't. So and if it was on the web, then he would not be able to use that also. So I would say something like create your applications with all these screens that carry meaning to us. QR code is the newest thing that we are doing from this year. So we would want a screen that represents that. And make sure that you follow the same JSON format that we had, that is for the later challenges. But also, if you see the screen has mostly black and white, maybe a bunch of colors, because just to show the Google theme, you can totally omit that. But unless and until it is not needed, you do not have any accent colors, just the back arrow has, because it conveys that it is the main visual attraction that you need. So just design based on that. Use as less colors as possible. Fill the colors when you actually have to show something. Yeah, that's all. That was more than QR code that I talked. We can go to the next slide. Good UX. So why not create UX that is, I would not say exactly like this, but why not create UX that is easy, or have a design that doesn't use a lot of complexity in it? Let's say that this could have been made in bunch of different ways, but I find that this is the most flat or easy to look at design that actually conveys the meaning to. And maybe at later stages you can do a whole lot of redesigns and other iterations, but at the stage, make it clear. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that is all about a good UX. We can go to the next slide. Okay. No code and proposals. And I think
I'm
that
gonna go
yeah.
now. So guys, we repeat the things and repeat the things and repeat the things. Those are samples from your actual proposals, okay? So we can know, we don't want, we say clearly, we don't want any snippet of code this year in your proposal. Zero. Don't want zero. Why? Because you can just use any AI generator and paste your thing. Now we will believe that this is yours. No, this is not true. We are not gonna believe it. So please do not paste in your proposal any line of code. Zero. We will evaluate your coding knowledge after in the interviews, and also we have evaluated it previously on the pre-required tasks. Okay. Next. So, for example, those are things you are sending to us. Those are I'm going to say stupid, sorry, images, because there is nothing here. I mean, just a contributor sent us the plain Liquid Galaxy image that is on the proposal, but with nothing inside. Or others send us this map with the whatever heat map or whatever this is, but this is nothing. So please do not send empty images. What else? Bad mockups. And also remember another question I said the other day. Do not take it this personally, okay? I mean, when we are showing these mockups or whatever things not nicely done, it's just for you to understand how the things work. We are not going against you. We appreciate a lot your work. We appreciate the effort you do on creating the proposals and things. So please don't take it personally that we show your stuff here. And of course, we are not going to say the name. So why this is a bad mockup? Because this is not the way the Liquid Galaxy project shows information. You cannot just pasty a diagram crossing three screens. This is not real. In the middle, we only show on the 5 screens, across the 5 screens, we only show data in KPL. The most right screen, remember, you have to work for a 5 screens like this one, like this one we have here, and here, and here, no, here, hello, and here. You have to code for this one. No me oigo. So never send us a mockup like this, because this is meaning that you have no interest. You are not showing interest in our project, because this is very bad. So make it better, please. Again, unwanted code. We don't want this. Get rid of XMLs, code. ¿Me oyes bien? ¿Se me oye bien? Bella Durmiente. ¿Se me oye bien? Es que yo no estoy oyéndome ahora. So get rid of all XMLs or code snippets. Not going to see. So explain this, Josh.
Yeah, I would say so that we are not allowing any Figma links, and this has been a thing that we had this talk, and I would want that Figma links can go at the later stages when we would be interviewing you. So that's the point when we can just go on the intricate details. But right now you are on your own, so no more kind of guidance or feedbacks on any of the Figma stuff. And I would say that does not mean that we would be any less serious, or we would be any we would still be judging on the same seriousness. So we would want you to just create the best kind of design possible and just send us that image into your Google Docs. Yeah.
Research. So guys, it's not a word to us, the senior mentors that mostly are dealing with you, with other mentors, to make your work. No, it's up to you. You have to make your own research. There are contributors telling us, please tell me if this is okay, and they send us several options. No, we are not going to do this. It's up to you to present a proposal against one of our project ideas or against one that you have created, but we are not the ones that are going to do your work. It's up to you. And then at some point, if you have a doubt regarding use this technology or use this or this or this, specify this on the proposal. Maybe the mentor will comment this now, or maybe, or surely, if your project is selected to be interviewed, will be one thing you will be discussed later. But do not give us work, because we have lots of work. This is not our work to do that. Okay. I'm gonna see mockup problems. What is this?
Yes, so
this is yours, Vedan.
Yes. So again, the screenshots are taken from the proposal, but again, as Mentor Andrew said, don't take it personally. We're just trying to help you. We appreciate your work. So in this case, you can see that the overlay is not visible properly. You can definitely use Figma perspective. We also mentioned it. Mentor Yash mentioned it in the earlier sessions as well. You use Figma perspective, or the least you can do is at least make the entire overlay visible. Don't just simply paste the screenshot and mask it with the mockup. Okay.
I do want to add here that this balloon also has a very big problem, because it is on 2 screens, and you would want it entirely on the right screen, but not covering the entire right screen at the same time. So it should be somewhere in the right screen, but it should have enough. And you have seen the Liquid Galaxy right in front of you. If it covered the entire right screen, how big would that be? And you can see the balloon right now. It is just fitting into a space that it is visible. At the same time, it is not taking up the whole space to affect the visualization. And same would be for the logos. Would be In this diagram, the logo is correctly placed, but also make sure that you are having proper contrast. I see that the Liquid Galaxy text is not visible, and these are some of the things that I would be taking very great detail care of. Yeah, Vedant, back to you.
Yes, so the reason I've pasted this picture and I've presented it publicly is that this is a common problem in many proposals. And if you simply do this, that you take a picture, mask it with the mockup and just present it, then it will not be good. It shows that you did not care enough. Then it makes it difficult for us to take you serious. And if it makes us difficult for you to take serious, then it will just affect your score. It will reduce your chances of being a contributor. Next slide, please. Yes. So in this case, when you present mockups, when you present designs, we assume that this is how the final product will look. And if it is bad, then we just automatically assume that the final product will also look bad. Okay. So in this case, the mockups, we've already told you which are the best recommended devices. A Pixel 8 is a good 6-inch device, 6+ inch device, which you can use for a mockup. Whichever mockup you use, just keep it consistent. This mockup does not look like an Android. I don't know which Android device has this aspect ratio. Uh, just keep it consistent in
It
this.
looks like a TV remote size, so yeah, we don't want that.
Yes, and that's funny, right? Because in the same proposal, the aspect ratio for the same mockup is of different sizes. I understand you want to show the entire screen, but you need to keep the mockup consistent throughout the proposal. And there are some very basic design mistakes. So you can see that the input box and the buttons all look similar. The color is also same. How is a user supposed to know which one is an input box and which one is a button, right? And normal design mistakes like breathing space, padding, the visual hierarchy, um, and you can actually use colors to make the screen more intuitive. We'll talk about it more in the next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is we'll talk about the colors in the next slide. So this is how the settings screen should ideally look like. These are the mockups from Mentor Yash's LG Web project, and in that project, he has represented the settings screen in a very nice way. And I would recommend you follow the same structure. Of course, you can mold it into your design theme and your design system, but this way, avoid the screen on the left side, the mockup on the left side. Just avoid that, because it just adds an additional step where when it could have been so much simple. You can see on the right side, it's so much simple. Just user can simply scan the QR on the top. If not, fill the details and connect to LG on the left side. This adds an extra step. It could have been so much simpler. So just please follow this across all your apps or across all the connection screens. We've given you a structure. Please follow it. It's very nice, easy, simple to use. No need to. I understand you want to be creative, but no need to reinvent the wheel. Next slide, please. Yes, and now when I started design, it was mostly because of Mentor Yash. So these are some things which Mentor Yash has, himself taught me. So the colors you can see while choosing your palette. See, these colors are very flashy. There are multiple colors, blue, red. There's no. You can just assume that there is no theme to the product. You can while you are choosing your palette, your color palette, you can simply follow the 60-30-10 rule. Actually, even 10 is a lot. So 60% is the uh, amount of color, the color which will be in the most part of your application. 30 is the secondary color, and the 10% or even less than 10% should be your accent color, which would only be used in CTAs. And you would use that color only for buttons or some as Mentor Yash mentioned about the accent color. There's a back button. You can use it there because it represents an action. But where it directly catches the attention of the user and the user knows that this is clickable. Okay, so in this case, when it comes to the design, you can see the buttons, details, launch, and stop. These are all three different colors. It's not the way. And for better readability, you can see that on the blue color card, the demo word is written in black. It's not visible. Um, I mean, it is visible if you focus on it a lot, but for better readability, use the accessibility checker made by Mentor Yash. What happens is you need to have contrast when you're placing two colors on top of each other, as so it can increase the readability more. So just please do that and use better colors. And using those colors, if you go ahead and learn more about 60-30-10 rule, I would recommend go ahead and search about it, read articles about it. You will know that you can establish a visual hierarchy that, okay, the app background and all of the other things should be the 60% color, then cards and other components should be 30% color, and only action items, CTAs, back button, or any other kind of button should be the accent color. And you learn a lot more. Your designs would be much better. I think the color visual hierarchy can take your colors from bad to good and good to great. So yes, next slide, please. Oh, yes.
So next question is, how is the work of your that are really interested in getting a GSoC? Your work ends on April 8th? No. Why? Let's gonna try to put the next slide. Till May 8th, there will be still things to do. For example, some of you, I will say that a third, have presented the proposal and the Google Doc, but do not have presented still not one or some parts of the prerequisite tasks are not finished. So if you want to gain Liquid Galaxy score just for us to have a decision when it's the turn to make a decision, please, you will have to do the prerequisite task. Second, as you may remember, but we are not remembering this now because we want you to be focused on the proposal, but it will be soon. There is a new contest for doing AI application. Simple I kiss means kiss. What means kiss? Yeah.
It's actually meaning that keep it simple, stupid. So yeah.
Okay, at some point maybe we can get rid of the stupid and say another question. This is going to be so hard, but means make it as simple as possible. So we have a contest already. It's published on our website for the Kiss AI contest, and after we pass the 8th deadline, we will remember you clearly. So another question is that you will be answering comments and have face-to-face interviews with a star, meaning that maybe you get an interview, maybe not. It depends on how. And also another very important question is the PDD. The PDD is the Project Defense Day. Think about that. We are a large community of mentors. Mentors are in different countries of the world. They are in one time zone. They have, of course, their family, their work, whatever. So they are not able to attend as you all the streamings or all the things. So, but we will have a specific day that all the persons that have presented a full project in the Google platform will do a presentation, a short presentation of your project. It will be a 3 minutes only. It's already written on our GSoC post. 3 minutes presentation. This is what we call the Project Defense Day. This short video that will be for all the people that have presented proposals together will be the way that some mentors that are not mentoring you or seeing your proposal will be able to know what are you doing. So you have to defend, like in the university or whatever, your project. More. And for the ones that didn't present a proposal on GSoC platform, just for GSoC, meaning that if you have not presented a proposal, you cannot be evaluated. You know, that's allowed. Google does not allow us to do that, but not for the community. And GSoC 2026, because remember, GSoC is a very large race. We are in the middle, I would say, a little bit more. But just after the end of GSoC, we will start with the autumn activities for next year. And if you are doing stuff since the very beginning, you will have more opportunities for GSoC 2026. Hopefully, nobody knows if there's going to be GSoC or if we are going to be in GSoC next year. We still have to do this year. Next, okay, another, as I say, the other event will be Build with AI. This is the name of the Google Developers Hub for this kind of events. KISS application contest. This is the main slide, but it's on the GSoC in our site. What else? Also, we will have another presentation, like the Proposal Defense Day, something like this, that will be only for the AI-based projects. So all of you that are creating and have a proposal based on AI on the GSoC platform, we'll do another specific presentation, a little bit longer, about the how do you use the AI technologies in your proposal. We will comment this. Will be also a pre-recorded streaming after the 8th. We will tell you, and hopefully it will be on April 24th. Okay, what else? GSoC calendar. Let's review the GSoC calendar. So today we are heading to the April 8th, where Google closes the platform. And on May 8th, that is the most important day, Google will announce the contributors. So from May 8th till June 1 is the community bonding period, that the final selected contributors get to know their own assigned mentor. They will have an assigned mentor specific for his project, prepare documentation, prepare that, and so on. And on June 2, the coding officially begins. July 14 is when mentors and contributors have to submit the midterm evaluation for Google. Remember, we are seeing the GSoC calendar, the official calendar. We will talk about the Liquid Galaxy calendar in the next slide. July 14 is previous to midterm, and midterm is July 18. This will mean that if you pass this midterm deadline, you will get a part of the money, and also you will be able to continue. And if you don't pass, you are out of GSoC. So we have to push a lot to arrive to this midterm evaluation. July 14 till August 25 is the second work period, and on August 25 is the submitting of the final product to the GSoC platform. And on September 1, we mentors evaluate contributors for Google say if you have passed after this. Let's see our own calendar. So remember, this year we have made several changes on the tech stack. So I think it's for good. GSoC projects are going to be affected in the sense that you will have more time to develop a great application with amazing KML outputs, nice UA, and good usability. Remember, if not, just Mentor Josh will come after you. And also, we have get out the Google Play Store thing. We're going to be more relaxed on August, so you will have more time to develop your application. But we still have to upload the application to our LG Go store. But it will something like, Judge, how much time it goes to you to publish an application in the Go store?
It wouldn't take more than 5 minutes, given you have provided everything that we want, like images, text, and all the things. Yeah.
So how much it costs to us for the Play Store? Do you remember?
Yeah, Play Store cost us, but this doesn't. So this is free and open source for us.
How much? I am asking how much it cost in time other years for us.
Yeah. Oh, in time, Play Store had the whole thing going, spanning weeks and weeks, and it would just give you back.
Exactly. We have most of the August, all the contributors working hard, and all the staffers in the Liquid Galaxy LAB. At the end, guys, you will come here and we will show your faces to the.
Yeah, when it comes down to feasibility, this is much better now.
So this is going to be a 5-minute fix instead of 4 weeks thing. So again, we also will request in the future note takers. Remember, some of you asked for the AI to make a resume of today's streaming. We don't want this. If you want to have a resume, yes, you have to take a look at this. We don't want AIs here. But in the future, in the midst of the every week project, we ask contributors, not contributors selected by Google, but contributors outside that still wants to collaborate with us, maybe for GSoC 2026, to take notes of the meetings. Let's continue to review the calendar. So, write your proposal, interact, have interviews, upload to the GSoC platform, and on April 24 is the Build with AI event. On May 30 is Project Defense Day. We will contact you and we say that you have to create this 3 minutes video. And then till May 8, continue collaborating actively with the community. With the event, we have a talk and also doing things in Discord and so on. May 8, be selected for some of you, of course, you know. Since then, we will do again the GSoCers streaming. We'll do something like 8. We'll do from May till 8, something like 2 every month with various contributors in each streaming. And also some non-contributors, I mean, non-selected contributors can join us if they want also. July 18, as I say, is midterm demo day. And in August is the more relaxed, a little bit, because we are not on the Play Store. So on August 4, we'll start the testing of your application. So the code has to be almost ready August 4. Week of 11 is final test. And on week of 18, your application has to be published on the LG Go Store managed by Josh. On 2020, we have the demo day 2025. Reserve this day is a must to stay because you will be live doing a speech presentation of your final project. And we will have a setup like this in the Liquid Galaxy laboratory in Lleida. And after the 25, we have some live code reviews and some other things. So remember, this is our calendar. And in September 1, GSoC will end. What's next? One thing, I will never be strong in signaling. Google do not allow any state changes. So if you don't send a document, important document for Google or register whatever kind of action they say on the day, you'll be discarded from GSoC, losing your stipend and certificate. It's something like the April 8th. If you don't have a proposal uploaded to the platform, you will not be able to provide, so you're not going to go into GSoC. And also, please, we can't go after you all day long. So please follow the dates. This is the reason we make this kind of communications, and we have our GSoC piece of work. So information for you. As today, there are 26 proposals on the GSoC platform. Okay, but we believe still at least 10 more or 20 have to be uploaded. So we are running out of time again, and GSoC platform closes in 6 days. So please upload your proposal. So here is where I stop to talk, and mentor Judge Bedard and me will be able to answer your questions.
Yeah, anyone, if you want to raise your hand and ask questions, just do it. Yeah, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
I saw that the sound produced would be from the device itself. Is it correct? You were not audible actually.
It will be on a phone. It will use a Bluetooth. So yeah, you will have to make all the sound effects on phone itself.
Okay, thank you. I had that doubt since a bit time. So that's it.
Questions, Anidra?
Am I audible?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, so my question is like, what should a good KML look like?
I
What
can
should a
listen
good
to
KML?
well.
What
Josh?
should a good KML look like?
Yeah, I got the question. So I think that just before starting this very meet, I send a link that how Google, or specifically talking about Google X, the Moonshot Factory, is making one of their projects where they had very nice KML balloons, and also combining with what you saw in La Palma, there were, or what you saw in the LG web app, there was effect to KML that to make it more polished, we had markers on it, we had polygons which were kind of more or less having a transparency with a finer outer boundary, and they look more stunning. And you can go, I mean, it is just like it is an XML based language, just like your HTML, and it all has its own set of CSS. So why not just try to dive in and see what more it can do? And also, if you see the KML developers their blog, then they have some of their KMLs in 3D, which would be, one of them was a very big rotating spinning wheel that was in one of their amusement parks. So it was like a big Ferris wheel that was moving and it was animated. So there is unlimited possibilities that you can do. It is up to you where you set the bar and how big the bar that you set. Some of the examples that we showed you are already stunning. So if you can do much better, then do it. That's the point.
More questions?
Yeah, Ayush, go ahead.
Hi. I want to ask that do we need to stick to the black and white theme only for the UI?
Not at all. We talked about the 60% primary, 30% secondary, and 10% or even 5% accent color that has your tinge of color where you want to make the effect. So that was the whole thing about. The black and white was one of the UIs where the accent color is itself black. So some of the UIs like Chat and have their black and white UI, but it is that their main color is a shade of gray itself. So it just depends on the palette that you choose and how wisely do you do it. So that was the point of showing. And you can just go to a website called Material 3 or materialweb.dev, which shows you a set of great bunch of UIs and colors and how they craft. I would say that it is a craft that they do. So yeah, definitely take a look at that.
Thank you.
Javahan?
So, actually, I just wanted to ask that in the master proposal, it was written that the application UI has to be of 10 pages and the KML has to be of 5 pages. So, do I have to strictly stick into this, or can there be any variations?
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to say that try to stick to the norms. If you have 1 or 2 pages more, 1 or 2 pages less, that's where you can just set a limit, and we would be watching on the comments that what is the exact need of the proposal, what is the proposal's deliverable, because each idea actually differs. Some might need a lot more UI in them, some might need a lot less, some might need just a single page of UI with a bunch of code that is making all the, maybe the voice configurations work and all the things work. So it just depends on what the exact project implementations are. And this is the stage where some of the mentors who have actually created those ideas will take a look at it, comment whenever it is ready, and help you out. So yeah, just give your best at sticking closely as much as possible, but also take care that does this satisfy the project itself. That's the thing. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir, sure.
All right. Shivam.
Shivam? No, Shivam? Good. More questions, guys.
Yeah, Arindam.
So, hi sir. My question is, if I have used some other color for the 60% of my app theme, for example, I have used it's a blue color for all my app themes, and I have used accent color to define like other components for buttons and all. So, is it a right approach, or should I completely change my theme and rework on my theme?
Yeah, the second part, because now your accent color is blue itself. Then how would you say that this is the color that has the least visual hierarchy? Because these visual hierarchies are not decided by the colors that you define in your code. That is something that was already pre-decided before, and how the primary colors do work beforehand. So yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Do we have someone? Agnidra. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I had one more question. Like in the presentation that you had shown now, you told that we could not include any links. So like you are talking only about Figma links or any kinds of links?
So research links are definitely something that we would I would say that, yeah, you can say that we would be having these kind of APIs, and this is the kind of thing that I have researched for, and you can just tell or be descriptive about it. Figma links, on the other hand, no. So that's the big no. That's where we draw the line. Yeah, we do not want that. We do want what you have researched on.
The question is
So like
clear, guys. If you, I already said this many times, if you send to any mentor outside of the Google Docs official proposal any contents, the other mentors will not be able to do that. And at this moment, you don't know, I don't know as an admin, who is the mentor that you're going to have. So all the mentors can go in a document, and we cannot have as a must to a mentor to have Figma, know how Figma works, understand Figma. For this reason, we ask only for one thing: Google Docs without the things inside in a screenshot. Because most of you will use Figma, but some other persons maybe use Inkscape or Canva or whatever. So we cannot be all day long opening different kind of documents. We only want everything on Google Docs. And as just said, if you have a link with some very important information for external, like a research, whatever, it's okay. But remember, we are not going to take a look of this, only in the second part of the review, not in the comments. More questions, guys. We are 1 hour on the streaming.
Yeah, actually, I had one more question. It was about the references section. So let's say I might need more references later. So is it okay if I add the references for basic ones for now and focus more on the UI part?
I can take this. I would say that what clears the idea that the project is clear in our heads and your head, that the idea is crystal clear in the proposals, that much you have to add, and later in the interviews we would get to the every bit of it in terms of technical. We will see that if it is really clear, because we would want that someone who can actually deliver would be the one that takes the project. So yeah, don't worry about if you have some extra information. That is very good. If you have some extra technologies, maybe you have made some kind of demo, maybe you have made some kind of idea that actually works, you can just show it. So later that can create a huge role or play a huge role in giving you one leg up. So yeah, definitely have those for later, and right now focus on the UI. This is that design challenge right now. Yeah, Shivam.
So
No
it
questions.
mentioned earlier if you find any other tech or adding additional feature. So my question is, should I mention them in proposal, or it would be better to discuss during the interview?
What do you mean by tech? Can you just rephrase it? I do not get.
I mean, adding additional features to the project.
You mean the ones that are not actually mentioned, or something like totally different? What if
Something like adding a new technology or adding something
I would
extra.
say
Features,
that
technology, and so on have to be on the proposal. Have to be in the proposal because as I said, you don't know who's going to be your mentor. We don't know. Nobody knows. So all the information has to be on the document. And if you say me, okay, I don't have enough space, you have to make an effort and make it simple, because for the reason we don't want proposals longer than 20 pages. So a picture is worth 1,000 words. So make another nice KML Liquid Galaxy mockup, and that's it. Next. Go, Vedang.
So I had a question like, I had researched about the previous projects of Liquid Galaxy GSoC, and I would like to add them in my references. Would it be appropriate to show the idea that had been implemented for references?
Josh?
I would say that it kind of depends. Maybe you can better convey it using text, because we might not go click that link and take a look at it most of the time. If you wanna, yeah, does that? So I would say so, yeah, because I would want that it is already cleared in the text that you have written, and you do not have to give an extra effort to the mentor who is seeing it. If it is something very critical, then that's a whole different case. But yeah, I think that new projects are not exactly replications of the past ones. They do have, or they do have something in different, unless and until they have explicitly mentioned it is a part 2 of this particular thing. So yeah. Dave.
Thank you. That does answer my question. Thank you.
Next.
Hello. Yeah, sir. I
Yep.
want to ask if we can add accent color on the hover or on click so user can perfectly get that this button is click or this has to be gone.
Who's talking?
Dev.
Who's talking?
Dev, sir.
Could you please approach your mic to your mouth because we are not listening to you?
Hello.
Better. Why you're not showing your
Hello.
camera? Your camera is freeze. We are not seeing you.
Sir, I have been joined in from the mobile, so my camera is on.
Well, your camera is not on. I can tell you. You are a freeze. Your image is freeze. Go. Approach the mic to your mouth and repeat the question.
Okay, my question is that we can add a accent color on the hover or on click to make it more visible that a user.
Yes.
I think that the question is, because I did not fully get it, is that if you add the accent color to whole page or something like an overall to make your theme, but that is no longer your accent color, that become your primary color because you used it
No,
as.
no, 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 no.
No, okay, please,
No,
please answer me.
on the hover event or on the click event.
Definitely, that we said that if it is something that needs your visual attention, if it is something like a let's take an example. So if it is something like a connect to Liquid Galaxy button, then I would want it to be colored with the accent color that is available as your primary button component. If it needs less attention, let's say that you have something that has more attention that you want to give, so the other buttons could be secondary. Let's say that if you open a shutdown Liquid Galaxy and the pop-up comes up, then there are two buttons. One is red color, other is like grayed out or a white secondary color, because one is like saying cancel or the other one is saying it is a danger icon that shut down Liquid Galaxy. So yeah, it depends on how and what exactly is getting benefited. It depends on the user attention that you want to convey. That all is actually called intuitive affordances. How can, or how Apple can, or how Google can make their design so easy for users that they just know that what they're doing, because Apple's design are unique. They do not I would say copy anyone. They have their own unique set of design, but all of them are intuitive. You just know that what is happening. You just know that how this would work. If you go to Apple's developer website, then they have a bit of purple accent color, but they have used it so cleverly that you know where the links are, where the buttons are, where everything is. So yeah.
So
Does that
more questions, because we are
Yeah.
we are almost done, unless there are questions. Ariane.
First of all, greetings to mentors and admin. Am I audible?
Yes.
Uh, Sir, I would like to ask that mentor Yash mentioned that how we have to design the QR scan screen, right? But you said that we don't just show what the QR, like the QR scanner, but also so how it works. So can you please explain that once more? Like what all do we have to show?
Actually, if I would tell you that some of the UIs only had a scan QR to connect button, but did not show the QR interface that contained the whole scanner thing. The UI that you saw in the slide, that was showing a back button and that QR code, not the animation or the logic, but it has to convey that you have this screen too, because that was the next navigation that was there. So yeah, just make sure that most of the important navigation pages are done. On the other hand, if it was like a page like about or help, then I wouldn't have cared enough, because I know that you all can design those pages, but it is the most important pages that need attention and needs to be there in the proposal at the moment.
Ami, microphone.
Okay.
Hey,
So
more questions, guys. We have to start to end this. Questions. Pinchar aquella cámara. Pones ahí. Contar. Pones ahí. Quitar los cascos. Pones ahí. Levántate, Pau. Fíjate, no me queda canto nada. Ponte en la esquina. ¿De pie?
Yeah, please go.
Sir, my question
Claro,
was
tienes que hacer ahorita una
not
imagen.
more important, but I have only idea about two KML. Okay, two KML. How will my app look? But after generating a means coding, I can go more and see what the response will come from the AI and how I will be going and taking the KML next to it. Now I cannot getting it.
Yeah, then we go back to the drawing board, because the idea should be clear in your head and the deliverables should be clear, because there might be without naming any, might be some other contributor that already has done it all and knows the how the pages or how the intuit the app would be. And I would want you to just think that what would be the thing that would come back from the AI. And if not, then just look at the last year we had all AI projects. They were just, everything was just AI. Last year was the year of
It was the
AI.
hype, not no longer.
Yeah. So and this year we have this UX. So definitely take a look at and get inspiration, and then just try to make those interfaces for us.
Last question.
Okay.
Last. Any question? In the meantime, I want to say thank you to our colleagues here in the laboratories, Ian, Alejandro, Pau, Oriol, Pau, and me. Hey.
Also,
been doing-
before ending,
Go.
yeah. So I wanted to say before ending the meet, some pointers about the proposal. The project information, which is how long, what is the duration of the project? Is it a Flutter or web project? Should
Cambia
be
la
on top
cámara.
of the proposal. That's the first point. Second point is you need to mention all of the details which are important to the project.
No,
So there are many proposals which have left important details, like where is the storage going to be. If you I saw a proposal where there is a node server where we usually process all the things on the mobile app itself. We don't necessarily have a server, but if it is so important to your project, then where is it hosted and other important details. Is the database on cloud or on device? All of the important details which are very obvious should be on the proposal. And the third thing is about the predefined KMLs or any predefined content. So any of the content which your app is giving out, if it is being generated by AI, there needs to be predefined content. Because if it is being generated by AI, you would definitely ask for a Gemini API key or anything to the user, right? So if the user does not provide it, the user should still be able to experience it. So in that case, to serve that purpose, you should have predefined content on it. So make sure that you represent that in the mockups as well.
We have to close the meet. Sorry, guys. If there is still any question, use the regular Liquid Galaxy LAB gmail.com. Thank you for coming today. I hope we have answered your questions. We hope the samples we give you are educative, and good luck. Work hard, do the best proposals. It's the only thing you can do now, and we'll still continue. So, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
And best of luck, everyone.
¿Animación? ¿Está saliendo?
To the world you can see through panoramic screens, living in the grass.